In Kingdom Come Deliverance II, Warhorse Studios has spared no expense, creating a fabulously realistic recreation of 15th century Bohemian life. Now, I was about to hop on a plane and go visit Trotsky Castle in Czechia, which is actually in the game, but they told me that it's 30 below zero, which is actually too cold. So instead, here I am at Rockingham Castle in the UK to chat with Mike Loades, military historian and expert on the Middle Ages.
Good to see you, Max. Do you want to come inside?
Yes, I do. Inside a castle! This is Kingdom Come Deliverance II. Let's take a look.
Fantastic. That armor is perfect. That trebuchet, absolutely bang on. It's absolutely spot on.
We love a trebuchet.
The details. It's a world I recognize. I've never recognized it on the Hollywood screen. That washed out, grey, drab world I don't know. This world I know. It was a bright and vibrant world, and it's in the game.
Sieges also play a bit of a role. Let's talk a little bit about what it's like to be stuck in your castle and there's somebody outside who maybe isn't particularly too nice.
You can hold out for quite a long time, hopefully for that relief army to come, if you've got water. The safest way to take a castle is the long siege, is to starve them into submission.
It always sort of seems like if that first door is broken down by a battering ram, it's just game over.
No, if you do get through that first door, you're walking into a series of booby traps. There's holes in the roof, dropping stuff on your head. They would perhaps have some braziers on the ramparts where they would make sand, buckets of sand, red hot. And they would tip that, and that gets down the back of your armor.
Oh.
That is not good.
I can see how that would be not good. I'm curious about what it's like to be really just boots on the ground.
I have some friends waiting for you outside.
All right. Now, Fred, in addition to being a smith and an armorer, you also played the first Kingdom Come Deliverance, didn't you?
Yeah, really enjoyed it. It was quite immersive
now,
game.
We've got to look at what's going on in the second game. Let's take a look.
So this is Henry in the workshop, is it? Nice to see some quenching.
Yeah, so Henry is the son of a blacksmith. This is very much part of his world, and this is your world. This is your craft. What in the new game jumps out at you as being just even more refined and realistic?
As like with the first game, it's really nice to see the diversity and the range of quality from the really simple, cruddy munitions stuff right up to the high status, knightly, the highest quality you could find at the time.
Yeah, what was the sort of cutting edge, top of the line heavy metal back in 15th century Bohemia?
It'd be something sort of like this example. Be fully enclosed plate armor, heavily articulated, centered around the limbs, but with no real gaps, made to fit you, tailored into contact really. And the cheaper end of quality would be stuff like this, the splintered armors. We're using less material and they're faster to produce and they're not as necessarily tailored to you.
Now, what would you say is the biggest sort of misconception about armor in this time period?
The weight, people believed that it was overbearing or encumbered you to the point where you couldn't move like a turtle on its back. But this stuff was really designed to be as light and as optimal as possible. Every single part was made
all by
hand.
Yeah.
Every plate, the leather tanned by hand. It's a seriously labor-intensive industry. So I thought I might take you through a little bit of armor, and if you want to try some of the craft. We've got a crude, this is a placard, which ends up becoming the lower abdomen. You see the shape there starting to develop, and we're going to try and draw some of this material forward and out. Make it a bit more globular, so you got more of a glancing surface. You want to give it a go?
Sure, yeah, let's do it. Now, a lot of gamers are used to crafting an arrowhead by just holding down a button and a little circle goes around and then it goes cha-ching and it goes in your inventory. How long does it actually take to craft an arrowhead for somebody who knows what they're doing?
You can do it in a few minutes once you get some practice in. Now, take some tongs.
All right.
You reach across the anvil, pass this into your right hand. That's it. Very good. Go on, give us some gusto. Hey. And check your work.
Oh.
Satisfying sizzle.
Oh yeah.
Just very quickly cool down. And then you have the rudimentary start of the bottom of a breastplate.
Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Now, it's easy to look at, a castle that's been around for a while, and a lot of the time when you see armor in museums, there's sort of, it's the bare bones, it's the metal, it's the sort of skeletal remains, but it's also very ornate, it's very fashionable. There's function, but there's also...
An expressive quality.
Yeah, tell me about that a little bit.
Knights use the decorative elements, I guess, to express their prowess, their wealth. There's a whole belief that God was behind you, so the more powerful and luxurious you looked, the more kind of power you emanated. It was a kind of like modern day tattoos in a way.
Yeah, it's handcrafted. It's sort of like designer clothing. I imagine if it's tailored for the wearer, it's comfortable?
Yeah, indeed, and really comfortable. I mean, how would you like to find out?
Now, Andy, as you can see, the combat in Kingdom Come Deliverance II is grounded. It is strategic. It is probably a bit like it was in real-life medieval times.
The people who've developed this game have really thought about it. It's astonishing how many excellent techniques and a plethora of different weapons are all in the game. I mean, I applaud them.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the arsenal of medieval weaponry you have before us.
You've got weapons down the end, which are basically butcher weapons. Then you've got beautiful long swords, and then long arms and crossbows, daggers. Depending on your place in life, you might start with a spear, a pointy stick. And then obviously, as you gain wealth and you gain skill, then more of these beautiful weapons come available to you. Whether you want them or not is another matter, because it depends on what kind of fighter you are. Do you get a small little round shield buckler like that, a little dagger like this, and you just overwhelm them with violence? Now on you, there's not much vulnerability. There may be underneath the armpit, but someone like you, I've got to brutalize you, get you on the floor, hold you there, and then get something like this or like this and make sure you don't get up, because I can't slash or cut, but I can open. Yeah. You can do that for a moment and pray to your gods. One of my favorite blades to use off horseback is the 1.5-hand sword. And again, so you've got your reins in one hand, you've got the sword to either cut or slash, or just set through and
So this is about as long as a sword can get before it's a two-hander?
You can use it too, but it's perfect for being on horseback and the extra reach. And also in the game, you see an awful lot of people being able to come in and lock under here and turning people. And I think that's really great. I sort of tip my hat to the person who was the fight master in the development of the game, because almost everything is there.
Let's talk ranged weaponry, because crossbows are a big thing in the new game. What's the advantage of a crossbow over just a regular bow and arrow?
Bows are a lifetime of stretching that piece of yew or ash across your chest, and you have to develop the muscles and constant practice. Whereas crossbows, I show you a crossbow, show you what to do, tell you which way to point it, don't die.
Now, firearms were starting to show up at this point in history, and they're showing up in the game too. But it kind of seems like that's a little bit less accurate than a crossbow.
You could say so. So obviously, gunpowder comes from the Chinese. You've got an iron bar. You put whatever you can find down there after you put the powder down. Stand a long, long way from the end of it, because the whole barrel might explode on you, and touch the vent and off it goes. Thing is, if you've never seen anything like that on the battlefield and something roars flames at you...
That's witchcraft. It's magic. It's terrifying. Yeah. Okay, so given the choice between swords and pole arms and stuff like that, that's all very cool, but I feel like maybe I'm not quite ready to take that on. I feel like a crossbow is a nice happy medium.
Yeah, no, I think that's a cracking idea. Let's get this, let's get, and then find somewhere for you to shoot it. It's simplicity itself. So I put the bolt on, you're keeping it parallel, keep both eyes open, look down the length of the bolt, choose your target, keep your fingers and thumb out of the way, squeeze lightly. Rock and roll. There we go. That's why crossbows are pretty good things to have in a tight spot.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you reload it?
With difficulty. However, I have a friend who can show you.
Reloading is the whole art of being a crossbowman. It seems pretty straightforward, but it takes time, doesn't it? You don't want to be standing there with people shooting at you while you're doing that. So you need to crouch down, get yourself in this little tiny space, and do it from there. Have a go. Shrink, concertina, yes. So in that crunch position, how fast can you load? Go!
Okay, all right. Ah! Is somebody throwing onions? What is going on over there? Ah!
start to reload.
Okay, I'm
Come
going.
on, come on.
All right, I got it. I only got hit 3 times.
You did fantastically, but you didn't quite make yourself small enough, so you're not good as a crossbowman for me. So I am going to send you over the top. You, my friend, are going on an escalade.
A what now? Mike, this isn't an Escalade, this is a wooden ladder. I was under the impression that an Escalade was some sort of luxury vehicle.
Escalade is climbing the walls, taking the castle, coming over the top. So come on, come and get me. Don't look at me. Remember the hot sand? Remember the stones coming on your head? It's climb or die.
You know, Mike, I don't think I'm gonna make it up this ladder.
You know what's really interesting? You've complained about the ladder, but you haven't complained about the armor. You've got the makings of a knight, assuming you can take a hit, that is.
All right. Ready.
How was that?
I'm okay. Now, Mike, compared to stuff like ballistas and battering rams and catapults and siege towers and all that, horses seem almost mundane. They seem almost safe, but not necessarily the case.
Just eyes front, because I've got a little surprise for you. You may hear them coming now. Hold your nerve, just stand there. These are war horses. Now, they will eat you, they will kick you, they will trample you. These guys are not going to, I don't think. And how does that feel?
It's a little bit nerve-wracking.
So that's a 1,000-pound animal.
I think somebody might get hurt doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's safe to say that Kingdom Come Deliverance II is a pretty accurate portrayal of medieval life, though possibly a less physically exhausting, frigidly cold, slightly terrifying, and extremely stressful version of that. But still realistic. Anyway, keep an eye out for Kingdom Come Deliverance II February 4th on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. And